Kia ora. Another very windy start to the day across parts of New Zealand, but check out this satellite picture. Plenty of clear sky across the South Island and across this eastern side of the North Island. And I think for many spots on the North Island, Thursday and for Friday, looking like dry days finally. So we are looking at a bit of an improving story as we head through the rest of the day today. High pressure builds across us, taking the strength out of those winds, and for many of us giving us a dry looking day as well. As we head through the nighttime, that high pressure continues to build across us. So for many of us, it stays dry through most of the nighttime as well. There'll always be a little bit more cloud around those western facing coasts. And you can see we've got more wet weather waiting to come up in towards Fiordland as we head through the nighttime as well. And some of that rain will be quite heavy on the western coast. So there are some severe weather watches in place of Fiordland and Westland and even up in towards Buller as we head through Friday. But for the North Island, things are looking pretty dry. On that overnight though, tonight, we're still looking at temperatures down to around about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius through parts of Canterbury, but really not a bad looking night for many of us. As I was saying, as we go through Friday though, we'll find that wet weather moving northwards, heavy rainfall on that western coast, but watch up north. Generally a dry story. We'll find the winds increasing once again through Wellington and the Wairarapa, and some rather blustery winds as well through parts of, say, Canterbury High Country and down towards Southland. But the most active weather will be this rainfall pushing on towards that western coast. It clears pretty quickly from Fiordland and Westland, but it is going to linger a fair bit more across those central parts of the country as we head on towards the weekend. So we have got some severe weather watches in place. Now these are for that western side of the South Island as we go through Friday. So from about 4 a.m. in Fiordland, and you can see it does clear pretty quickly through the morning time there. But for those areas in Buller, that watch extends right the way from Friday afternoon through in towards midday Saturday. And there may well be upgrades to give them some severe weather warnings. So do keep a check on the forecast as we head through in towards the weekend as well. So here we are as we go across the North Island now. A very different story. A nice, dry, fine, clear looking day. Pretty warm as well, but even hot across those eastern parts of the country. You can see there's a little bit more cloud from, say, Northland down that western coast towards Taranaki and in towards Wellington as well. But really, for many spots, it should stay dry. There could be an isolated light shower beneath the thickest of the cloud through there, but more especially in towards places like the Taurua Range later on in the day. For many spots on the North Island, it's a dry day, the cloud breaking up as well to give us some brightness and some sunshine. And check out these temperatures as well. In the best of that sunshine, out on that eastern coast, highs back to 28 degrees Celsius in Gisborne, a hot day for you. So it is going to be a pretty warm day across the North Island. And I think we should all get some dry and bright weather and even some decent spells of sunshine through the Bay of Plenty and across towards that eastern coast. As we head down towards the South Island, we'll find that rain moving northwards. Heavy rain from the word go in Fiordland, creeping northwards through Westland and then up in towards Buller as well. Ahead of that, we've got those strengthening northwesterlies, so some stronger winds through parts of Southland and Otago ahead of this front, and also in through the Canterbury High Country, gusts 80, 90 kilometres an hour, not out of the question at all. That will help, though, lift our temperatures up through the daytime. So another very warm story on this eastern side. You can see by the end of the day on Friday, that rain is up through Buller, and I think we will find the cloud spilling across in towards Nelson and also across towards Marlborough as well. But for most of the day, it's looking pretty dry and fine for you, and the skies, some decent clear skies as well. We'll find the clearance down south, but more showers just lingering right around those southern parts of Southland. But like I was saying, those northwesterly winds will give a really warm day on that eastern side of the South Island. Temperatures back up to 28, 27 degrees Celsius through parts of Canterbury. Very warm there. And also up in towards Marlborough. 29 degrees Celsius are top temperatures in Blenheim as we head through Friday. Plenty of dry weather, plenty of sunshine, but it will turn cloudier as that front moves northwards. More cloud on that western coast, and there are those severe weather watches to watch out for as well. As we head on in towards the weekend, high pressure sits just to the north as we go through Saturday. So for places like Northland, Auckland, the Coromandel, Bay of Plenty, a great looking Saturday. It should stay dry, more cloud around those western coasts. You can see though, this front lingers across those central parts of the country. So some heavy rainfall perhaps in towards the likes of Buller. That rain really reluctant to clear away, and more cloud and a bit of a grey looking story for Nelson and Marlborough as well. These winds will also push through towards Wellington, so a rather blustery looking Saturday around the capital with some showers or perhaps some longer spells of rain. But to the south of that, things are looking drier as well. So it's just that central part which is going to bear the brunt of the weather through Saturday. And for Sunday, you can see it stays pretty similar as well. We'll keep hold of this feature. It does move a little bit further northward. So those western parts of the North Island will catch more cloud and perhaps a few showers in towards places like Taranaki and Waikato and Waitomo. But really, there's those central parts which will catch the rainfall. Another pulse of heavy rain runs up the western coast on Sunday, so do keep an eye on those severe weather watches as well. But then high pressure builds back in as well. So it is going to be an improving story down south, but do keep an eye on the forecast, especially through this central core of the country as we head through the weekend. I think, sadly, we're going to get a bit of the grey, windy, wet weather with us, while the rest of us should be enjoying some brighter weather. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.